About this time every year, we celebrate the festival known as Harvest, a time where Christians come together and thank God for all of the things that he has provided for them. For example, the clothes that we wear, the food that we eat, and the things that we drink. It's a time where we can praise God for his provision. If you're anything like me, you can take God's provision for granted. Let's take, for example, the milk that we have on our breakfast cereal. How do we get it? Where does it come from? We're going to spend some time following the process of how we get milk and how we can thank God for giving us the gifts and skills so that we can enjoy it on our breakfast cereals every morning. Mark and his family are local farmers, and on their farm they have a herd of cattle. This herd needs to be looked after on a daily basis. Every animal needs to have its health checked. Every animal needs to be fed and watered. And twice a day, every animal needs to be milked. Mark's going to tell us a little bit about the process of how we get milk from a cow and how it eventually ends up in the supermarket ready for us to buy.
Basically, we breed dairy cattle like this, and when they come into maturity, which is about 2.5 years old, they produce a baby calf, and then they start producing milk, and that milk is produced for about 10 months of the year. An average cow produces about 6,000 to 7,000 litres in that time. She eats lots of green grass, lots of silage, as you can see here, and other foods to supplement her bodily needs. And if we feed her correct and she keeps healthy, she gives lots and lots of milk. The udder produces the milk, which is produced from green grass. It's always a mystery how green grass can turn into white milk, but it does. And we use machinery to withdraw it from her twice a day. Usually anything between 10 and 15 litres at each milking, which is then put into a refrigerated tank, sent away for various foods, milk, butter, cheese and things like that. The milk is filtered through a filter like this that takes out any little tiny bits of impurities that would get in. We put that in the line, the milk goes through it and it helps to keep it nice and clean.
Mark seems to do his job with such skill and ease. I asked him if it was possible to have a go. I tried. And I tried. But I just couldn't get the hang of it.
So you can see it's not an easy job.
One of the jobs on the farm is to look after the newborn calves. They too need to be fed and looked after so that they can become fit, strong and healthy and begin to produce milk themselves. Eventually they will join the herd and replace older members of the herd that may be unwell or have passed away. One of the skills that God has given Mark and his family is to care for the land and the animals that live upon it. Every day, people like Mark are going out and ploughing fields, sowing seeds, tending flocks of sheep, and caring for cattle, so that we can enjoy the fresh produce that is produced from that land. It's important to thank God for the things that we receive. Thank God for the skills that he has given us so that we can remain fit and healthy. Every time we have a glass of milk, remember that God helped produce that milk and gave us the gifts so that we can enjoy it.